He's ruining my daughter's life. Ellaner's voice cut through the dining room like a knife, echoing off the walls of my sister-in-law's house. Jessica comes home crying every day because of him. He's a monster. I sat quietly at the far end of the table, one hand in my pocket pressing the record button on my phone, as I had done for the past 3 months. My name is Michael. I'm 34 years old, and for the last 6 months, I've been the target of a relentless smear campaign, led by my grieving, manipulative mother-in-law. Jessica and I had been married 5 years, and life was good, until her father passed away. After that, everything changed. That's when the accusations started. Did you hear what he did last week? Ellaner's voice rose as she gestured dramatically with her polished hands. He refused to let Jessica visit me while I was sick, just like those abusers on TV. He's isolating her. The family shifted uncomfortably. Some avoided my eyes. Others glanced at me with suspicion. The truth. Jessica had a major presentation that day, one she'd been preparing for months. It was her decision not to visit. But in Ellaner's twisted version of events, I had forbidden her. I was the controlling villain. I sipped my water, staying calm as she launched into another fabricated tale, this one about me monitoring Jessica's phone calls. Next to me, Jessica's chair sat empty. She was stuck at work, unaware that her mother was once again publicly tearing me apart. I don't understand how you can all just sit here with him, Ellaner sniffed, dabbing her eyes with a monogrammed handkerchief. My poor baby is suffering, and you act like this is normal. Mom, maybe we should talk about something else. Amanda, my sister-in-law, tried to intervene. But Ellaner wasn't letting go. She was in her element now, center stage, painting herself as the grieving mother and me as the villain. Last month, he wouldn't even let her come to our family beach trip, she cried. I nearly broke my silence. She had planned that trip without checking Jessica's schedule. Jessica couldn't go because of deadlines. I had encouraged her to try for a weekend. But again, that didn't matter. In Ellaner's mind, I was to blame. It started small, questions about Jessica looking tired. Then came passive jabs about me controlling her, followed by rumors I was managing her finances, even though Jessica runs our accounts. By the 3rd month after her husband's death, Ellaner had spun an entire fantasy. I was abusive. I saw bruises on her arm last week, she whispered. That was new. My hand tightened on the water glass. Jessica had walked into a door at work while checking her phone. She even joked about it online. You know those bruises were from an accident, I said evenly. She had to say that, Ellaner snapped. You probably stood over her shoulder while she typed it. I went silent again, letting my phone record it all. Jessica and I had agreed not to confront her mom yet. We thought she just needed time to grieve. But the lies kept growing, and others were beginning to believe them. I'm thinking of calling the police, Ellaner declared suddenly, pulling out a small notebook. I've documented everything. More twisted accounts, I imagined. While she scribbled lies, I had 3 months of recordings, text messages and emails. Actual proof. This is getting out of hand, Amanda said gently. Out of hand? Ellaner's voice rose. You're taking his side now. After all he's done to your sister. Amanda backed down under her mother's glare. That was Ellaner's real weapon. Guilt, shame, emotional dominance. She turned the whole family against me. My phone buzzed. A text from Jessica. Stuck in traffic. Everything okay? Your mom's on a roll, I replied. Recording everything. Ellaner noticed me texting. See. He's probably telling her what to say. Controlling her like always. I put the phone away but made sure it was still recording. Christmas was 3 weeks away. Ellaner had insisted on hosting. Jessica and I had a plan, we just needed to be ready. I think we should ban him from Christmas, Ellaner announced. Make it a safe space for Jessica. The irony wasn't lost on me. I stood up slowly. Jessica and I are looking forward to Christmas. We have something special planned. You're not welcome in my house, she spat. I won't let you ruin another gathering. I smiled and picked up my coat. We'll see you at Christmas, Ellaner. Back in the car, I replayed the recording. Another entry for the folder. Another lie documented. Jessica called. Hey love. Did she go off again? The usual, I said. Apparently I'm controlling, abusive, and banned from Christmas. We'll see about that, she said. Did you get it all? Every word. Ready for phase 2. Absolutely. I love her, but this has to stop. The weeks before Christmas felt like a war zone. Ellaner took her campaign to new heights, posting on social media, calling Jessica's co-workers. My boss pulled me into her office today, Jessica said one night. Apparently Mom told her I'm in a domestic abuse situation. She dropped onto the couch, exhausted. I had to convince my boss our marriage is fine. Did you show her the documentation? Yes. Jessica nodded. She was horrified. Said she'll give a statement if we ever need it. Our flash drive of evidence was filling up. Ellaner had even started showing up at our house uninvited, sometimes in the middle of the night. Each time our security cameras caught everything. The pounding, the shouting, the phone calls to relatives accusing us of ignoring her. One night, she brought 2 police officers with her. My daughter's being held against her will, she screamed at our door. Jessica answered in her pajamas. Completely unharmed. Ma'am, one officer said, filing false reports is a serious offense. We added the police report to our collection. Later Amanda called me. Michael, she whispered, Mom's planning something for Christmas. She keeps saying she'll expose you. Thanked her. But we were ready. Jessica and I had turned our spare room into a home office. Every lie, every escalation, every false claim documented and dated. You sure we're doing the right thing? Jessica asked one night. She's my mom, and she's grieving. I took her hand. Christmas was coming, and so was the truth. It's just hard, Jessica said quietly. Before Dad died, she was overbearing, but never like this. Sometimes I miss the mom she used to be. I nodded, remembering the woman Ellaner once was. The old Ellaner had been nosy, sometimes controlling, but generally well-meaning. She'd make passive comments about my career, give unsolicited advice on how we organized our home, drop hints about grandkids, but it was always tolerable, something we laughed about later. But after her husband's sudden death, that version of her vanished. What remained was someone desperate for control, someone whose grief had mutated into obsession. 1 week before Christmas, it escalated. She sent a mass email to the entire family. Subject: Urgent. Christmas intervention for Jessica. In it, she detailed her plan for a full-scale intervention during Christmas dinner. She had invited a domestic abuse counselor, instructed Jessica's cousins to block all exits in case Michael tries to flee, and compiled a folder of evidence against me. Reading it, I felt a strange mix of rage and sorrow. She believed her fantasy so deeply. She thought she was saving her daughter. Jessica sat next to me, tears in her eyes. She's really lost it, hasn't she? I held her tightly. Both of us were grieving the loss of the woman her mother used to be, and bracing for the confrontation to come. That night we finalized our own preparations. We couldn't afford to be emotional. We had to be thorough, precise. The day before Christmas, Ellaner left several voicemails on Jessica's phone, each more frantic than the last. Baby, please don't bring him tomorrow. We can protect you. We have a safe place ready. The counselor says it's normal to be scared. Just come alone. Don't let him see this. Please, baby. Jessica saved each voicemail. Another addition to our growing archive of evidence. That night, lying beside me in bed, she whispered, "Tomorrow has to work." It has to. It will, I said, kissing her forehead. We've done everything we can. She hesitated. I just hope, after this, we can help her. Really help her. She's hurting so much. I nodded, silently praying the same. Christmas Eve morning, we packed everything into a slim black briefcase. Documents, timelines, audio files, police reports, screenshots. Months of truth. Jessica squeezed my hand in the car. Ready. Ready. As we pulled up to Ellaner's home, I noticed how beautifully it was decorated. Twinkling lights, a tall tree in the window, wreaths on every door. It was the perfect illusion. Inside, a staged intervention awaited. Ellaner rushed out as we parked. Jessica, you came alone like I asked, right? Then she saw me stepping out of the driver's side. Her face hardened. How dare you come here, she hissed. I told you. Mom, Jessica said firmly. Michael and I have something to share with the family. You'll want to see it. Ellaner's eyes dropped to the briefcase in my hand. What is that? Are you threatening me? She turned toward the doorway where family members were already watching. See? He's trying to intimidate us. We walked inside as she continued shouting behind us, but we knew what was coming next. In the living room, the domestic abuse counselor sat on the couch, visibly uneasy. Perfect. A neutral, professional witness. Jessica stood tall in the center of the room. Everyone, it's time for the truth. I opened the laptop, connected it to a small projector. The first slide appeared on the wall. The evolution of Ellaner's campaign. Each date marked a specific incident, beginning with the day her husband passed. What is this? Ellaner snapped, but her voice was starting to waver. It's everything you've done over the past 6 months, Jessica said, voice steady. Every lie. Every attempt to destroy my marriage. I clicked to the next slide. A recording played. Her voice from the family dinner, accusing me of causing Jessica's bruises. Silence fell over the room. No one looked at each other. You recorded me. That's illegal. Single-party consent, I replied. Perfectly legal. And this is just the beginning. We presented security footage of her late-night visits, screenshots of her posts accusing me of abuse, the police report from when she sent officers to our home, voicemails, emails, and the Christmas intervention plan. Each piece documented, dated, unquestionable. The counselor leaned forward, concern now clearly directed at Ellaner. Mrs. Reynolds, she said calmly. I was told there was an abuse situation. But this appears to be something very different. No, you don't understand. Ellaner rushed to get her notebook, the same one she'd clutched for months. Your notebook, Mom? Jessica asked. Where you wrote down stories that never happened. They did happen, Ellaner insisted. But her voice was cracking. He kept you from the beach trip. I had work deadlines, Mom. You saw the schedule. He monitors your phone. I manage our phone plan. I always have. And the bruises. I walked into a door. It's on the security footage. With each rebuttal, her grip on her story loosened. She began to falter, visibly shaken as the truth unraveled around her. Jessica walked to her mother and gently took her hands. Mom, this has to stop. Ellaner's shoulders slumped. But you're all I have left of him, she whispered. The counselor spoke again. Mrs. Reynolds, what I see here is complicated grief manifesting as control. But there are healthier ways to cope. Amanda stepped forward. We enabled you, Mom. We didn't speak up. But we can't let this continue. One by one, the family members echoed her. Apologies. Regret. Reckoning. Ellaner collapsed onto the couch. I just didn't want to lose her too. Jessica sat beside her. You're not losing me. But this has to end. We found a grief counselor, I added. Will you go? Ellaner looked up, tearful but nodding. I've made a terrible mess, haven't I? Yes, Jessica replied gently. But we can fix it. Together. That Christmas dinner was quiet. Healing. After a long conversation with the counselor, Ellaner rejoined us. Her eyes were red, her voice soft. Michael, she said, walking to me. I owe you the biggest apology of my life. I don't know if you'll ever forgive me. It's a start, I said. That's all we ever wanted, for you to heal. The months that followed weren't easy. Therapy sessions. Relapses. But this time the family stayed united. And slowly, the old Ellaner began to reappear. Overbearing at times but no longer cruel. 6 months later, she invited us to dinner. The house felt lighter, no longer frozen in mourning. Her husband's belongings had been sorted. She had joined a grief group. She was even helping others. Over dessert, she looked at us and said, "I'm doing the work. I nearly lost my daughter because I couldn't face my pain. I won't let that happen again." Jessica squeezed my hand. Later that night, brushing her teeth, she looked at me in the mirror. "Thank you," she whispered. "For what?" "For being patient. For saving my mom from herself. For never giving up on us." I pulled her close, thinking of the long road behind us. "That's what real family does," I said. "Not the version your mom imagined. The one we built." Jessica laughed, really laughed. "Speaking of mom," she asked if we want to do a beach trip next month. "The right way this time." She nodded. "Yeah. Together."